Hi, and welcome to Story Mode 7-4 Domino through the middle strat. This strat is very preferential, very versatile in the ways that you can do this. Your goal is to obviously hit the domino button and then take the fastest straight path right through the middle of the dominoes towards the goal. Now, there are 3 different setups for hitting the button. So I'm going to go through all of those first, and then we'll talk about the endings. All right? Obviously, if you just want to take the stage safe, you just hold up. The button will always get hit, but you'll hit it so slowly that you'll want to go to the right. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to hit the button and go fast. So there are 3 different ways. Number 1, the neutral flick. Walk forward, neutral flick at the end of the starting platform. So that means forward, neutral forward, like so. And the button should hit fast every time. See? Fast hit. You're ready to go through the middle. Another one is the drift. If you hold slightly upright, like this on the input display, watch carefully, you can walk a little bit to the right, and the button should hit every time. Watch this. Boom. Button hits, you're ready to continue the stage. Number 3 is the pause. If you pause this pause strat fast enough, it can be a very quick way to guarantee a 53 or a high 52. The reason you can pause it so fast is because the window is pretty huge. You're looking for 59, 90, 88, 86, and 85. Anything lower than that, and you will not get good results. So those are the frames you're looking for. 90, 88, 86, and 85. 4-frame window, so very easy to one pause, which is why this is an option, and it's not just the slower strat. If you do it right, it might look like this. Button presses, and you're ready to continue. Now, those are the 3 setups. Try them all out, see which one you like the most. Whichever one gets you a button hit with a lot of speed the most is going to be your go-to, okay? Because your goal is to get the button hit and get a lot of speed. If you don't get the button hit, you probably should just retry. There's a backup, but it's kind of bad. So yeah, I'm going to stick to the neutral flick as I'm explaining the strat because it's the setup I know the most. But I'll show you how the others might end as well at the end. Anyway, neutral flick. Walk forward. Neutral flick. Go. Now, once you're in the stage, a lot of things can happen. There's a bunch of holes that we're going to skip over. And obviously, it's going to be about a 50-50 whether you just zorp over each hole or whether you clip over each hole. You got to learn how to react to the situations. Let's see what happens here. Okay. I zorped over a lot. And it ended up being a very unpredictable setup. We ended up getting 51. Your goal here is to get 52. Let's try that again. Okay, that time I clipped off the final hole, which let me instantly lose all my speed and turn around and get a high 52. That was a way better scenario. There it is again. As you can see, there are two different major endings. You're either clipping off the final hole, or you're going over the final hole and hitting a domino, then turning around. Clipping over the final hole and losing all your speed is the faster ending, but it's just luck whether you get to take that ending or not. That one didn't really even lose my speed, so that one wasn't even an optimal version of clipping over the final hole. Your goal is to react to that, though. You can kind of encourage the final clip if you pull back on it, but if you bounce right over it, there's nothing you can do. All you want to do is bounce off a domino, then turn around and go in the goal ASAP. Also, that goal angle is a little bit tight, so do practice going into it at the end there. Some common mistakes with just like playing the ending, they all really typically happen at the goal. If you bonk off this side, you'll just die. If you go too deep, you'll clip straight up and then you'll die. Let's see if I can create that situation real quick. Too deep. Well, I lived, but obviously that wasn't ideal. Yeah, see, so you can go too deep as well, and that will kill you. Your goal is to just kind of like cross over the corner and head straight to the tape without bonking the side. Holy washing machine, relax. Anyway, so that's kind of a guide on all the endings you might expect to see on Domino. Once again, whatever setup you use, you'll either bounce over the final clip, or you'll bounce off of it. Either way, you just want to turn and go towards the goal as soon as possible. 52 is your goal time. You should always get 52 if you did the strat right. 53 is a bonus. Now, as for the other setups, well, they're going to end about the same way, but obviously they're going to feel a little bit different. The pause, for example, I feel very often gives you 53s, which is an interesting little bonus for doing it. See? A lot of the pause situations that come up is exactly that. You pull, you get sent straight up by the final clip, and then you get to go in for a 53. And the drift, as long as it doesn't give you a weird, crazy angle, kind of works a lot like the neutral flick, I feel, on average. The worst thing that can happen with the drift is you get sent really far to the right. Like, if that happens, remember, you always want to be holding up left once you hit the button, because the button is going to try to send you to the right every single time, I think. Yeah, so always make sure you're holding up left after the drift. That's an important detail about that particular setup. But once you complete the setup and you get through the middle, the rest ends the same way. They all can see the same endings, the 53s and the 52s. You're gonna need a lot of practice to get comfortable with every single situation that can happen. And every now and then, you'll get a setup that'll just send you straight up, straight into a hole to your doom. There are lots of bad situations you gotta learn to try to your best to avoid.